機能。それ以上動くと命の保証はないぜ。
ざれ言を言うな。
Number 17, Ryo Saeba from City Hunter. We ended the last video with the Lord of Perverts, and now we debut with the Mokori Man! Ryo Saeba is a sweeper residing in Tokyo who's known as a City Hunter, where he will take various assignments, ranging from being a bodyguard or assassination. To contact him, go to Shinjuku Station and leave your message with the letters XYZ.
ごたごたらしい。
ごたごた？
このカクテルの名は XYZ。つまりもう後がないってことさ。
Ryo Saeba is a professional in his trade who's skilled in various talents such as super hearing and having wide knowledge of the criminal underworld. But his most noticeable strength is the handling of firearms, specifically his Colt Python 357 Magnum. Manly! It goes without saying that being a sweeper requires a man to be dangerous, and Ryo Saeba's gunslinger shots makes him an instant badass, ever since episode 1. However, being a good shot doesn't make him manly. To be manly with a gun, you have to make unbelievable shots, such as this one.
Go! Yo!
His skills with a gun are so outrageous that he might even make Golgo 13 jealous. Much of the action appeal of City Hunter comes from these gunshots as they constantly become more and more ludicrous, but that makes it really cool. However, Ryo Saeba's character isn't defined simply as a man with a gun. Ryo is a city hunter because he's a good person, who wants to keep the people safe in this crime-filled city. Above everything else, Ryo Saeba only takes assignments that move his heart, such as reuniting a father with his daughter. While he's a good guy at heart, he's not afraid to get his hands dirty, as in the early episodes and chapters of City Hunter, Ryo was a bit more aggressive when it came to killing criminals, such as using poison or installing fear into them before he delivers the fatal shot. But as the series goes on, we realize that Saeba is a hero and feels that dirtying his hands with blood is a duty he needs to fulfill. And speaking of dirty, Saeba is a pervert. The City Hunter is not just any regular pervert, oh far from it. This man is constantly very, very, very horny. If you're a woman, you better watch out because the City Hunter will be all over you. In the manga, his perverted antics are taken further as he repeatedly gets a boner, hence the meaning of the word mokori. But like his shooting, Ryo doesn't get regular boners because he nearly flipped over a table, but the best part is his dick serves as a radar for hot girls. Manly? As you may have noticed by now, Saeba constantly shifts between a manly badass to a hilarious love-crazed man. But there are times where this gets the best of him. Just throw him a bra and he will go for it. But being more serious, Saeba isn't ashamed of what he does, and that almost makes him manly because he loses a few points for throwing away his dignity. Yeah, come on, Ryo, have some more class. But what makes this perverted man manly is that women fall in love with him. Yes, if the City Hunter is hunting you, you're gonna love him back. Much of the episodes play out with the City Hunter having to help a woman in some way, and by the end, she develops romantic feelings for him. While Saeba doesn't always get the pussy, he manages to capture something more precious, being their heart. While I admit I haven't finished City Hunter, I can see the appeal of the series, especially when Saeba may settle down at one point. I don't know for sure how he feels for his partner Kaori, but certain episodes in City Hunter 2 reveal some chemistry in the works. Despite being a mokori man, Ryo Saeba is always willing to save his partner from any danger, and if Angel Heart is any indication of the relationship, I'm sure some romance is bound to happen. In short, what makes Ryo Saeba manly is that he loves women, and can be heroic, funny, perverted, and badass at the same time, and that's why women love him. Number 16, Kaito Kid from Detective Conan and Kaito Kid 1412. This guy is so manly and filled with class, and I'm sorry but I'm lying, it actually is. Number 16 is the groovy guy, Lupin III. He's so manly that even his soundtrack orgasms to his name. Lupin III is the third heir to Arsène Lupin, whose family specializes as world-renowned thieves, capable of stealing anything from anyone, anywhere. Following in the footsteps of his grandfather Lupin I and his father Lupin II, Lupin III is committed to his family roots, thus keeping the Lupin legacy alive. His skills can be summarized as a phantom thief, master of disguise, escape artist, and one smartass son of a bitch. Most of his heists usually consist of Lupin sending the cops an advance notice or a letter of challenge on what he's going to steal. This often leads for Lupin to escape from the handcuffs of Inspector Zenigata. Lupin's way of life is the thrill of the robbery rather than the prizes itself. He has so much fun with his job that he constantly outsmarts everyone while making a complete fool of them. Even when he's caught, Lupin will always find a way to break out. Armed with his trusty Walter P38, Lupin is also a decent shot, but often leads to shooting to his best pal Jigen Daisuke. Speaking of the Lupin family, Lupin has the hots for Fujiko Mine, a literal bombshell. These two are constantly competing against each other, but often ends with Fujiko giving him the tease. So basically, Lupin's cool, but again, this is a list of manly characters, which leads to what I think makes Lupin manly. His advance notice along with his thefts demonstrate how bold and brave he is, thus saying he's a man of his word. While all the objects he steals certainly are valuable, he's more interested in the thrill of the hunt and the thrill of the chase, which is why he never attempts to kill Zenigata. His constant rivalry with Zenigata is a tradition in itself, as they complete each other, much like Batman and Joker. Lupin steals something, Zenigata catches him, Lupin breaks free, and they do the chase all over again. Their chase scenes is something I always look forward to in Lupin material, as it's a spectacle in itself. However, there are 5 other traits that make Lupin manly, and it's listed as tradition, family, honor, friendship, and chivalry. There are occasions when his partners Jigen and Goemon are in a tight spot, and Lupin would always rescue them by placing his life in danger, whether he has to fight a computer or break him out of jail. The concepts of tradition, family, and honor are all summed in who he is, being the third successor to the Lupin name. Lupin is often challenged by other rival thieves or sworn enemies of the Lupin family, placing his pride at stake. Lupin also cherishes his family, which is proven when he attempts to steal something in which his relatives failed. One of my favorite episodes is in the Pink Jacket series, where the Lupin family treasure is being held by a senator who challenges Lupin to steal it within a week. Lupin accepts the agreement, in which if he were to fail, Lupin must swear on his family name that he won't break out of jail. Many instances get Lupin angry when his family name gets insulted or looked down upon, but most noticeably was in the Green Jacket series, where Lupin is nearly executed. While I don't want to spoil the greatest escape plan ever, Lupin waits for an entire year just to get back at Zenigata, because his pride was insulted, leading to a life-or-death gamble to pull this off, which also reinforces how integral his rivalry is with Zenigata. When people try to rub him the wrong way or threaten his group, Lupin always makes sure to deliver some payback. Sometimes he kills them, and sometimes he humiliates them. Lastly, there's his chivalry, where Lupin often saves damsels in distress, but unlike his classy grandfather, Lupin III is very perverted. While Fujiko constantly gives him the slip, there is definitely some chemistry between them, which from what I've seen so far is more explored in the Red and Pink Jackets. Despite all the betrayals, Lupin always rescues her, but I think there's more to their relationship than just superficial merits, whether Lupin is after her for lust and Fujiko being smitten with greed. Whenever they have a peaceful moment away from danger, they always seem very close. I remember in an interview, Michelle Ruff, one of the actresses of Fujiko, once described the two of them as an old married couple who constantly fight with their betrayals, but once the smoke clears, they do share more intimate feelings. The TV special Fujiko's Unlucky Days, aka The Columbus Files, probably best represents the lengths he will go for her safety. Other key moments in multiple episodes demonstrates Fujiko's feelings for Lupin, as she cares for him enough that she was willing to marry him. What I'm trying to say is that I believe there's a lot of love involved between the two, and Fujiko should just give it to him. Just let it happen. While Lupin's character can sometimes change due to someone's interpretation, at the core, he's still a man who cherishes his heritage, his friends, his rivals, and his lover. This is a man who existed since the 1960s, and his name is still known today in 2015, with this new series premiering in April. The family legacy of Arsène Lupin still lives within his grandson, Lupin III, who's outsmarted a time traveler, stolen the Statue of Liberty, and even used paintings as a sail. While Kaito Kid also follows the traditions of Arsène Lupin, Lupin III is a man who earned his recognition every year for over 40 years, and loves to live dangerously, using his wits to overcome any adversary, and is worthy of the title Lupin. He should be watched by everyone because Lupin III is here to stay, possibly now and forever, because he's a groovy guy.
All the girls know I'm sexy and so sway.